It's the final countdown. Hey guys, welcome to another Coffee with the CEO. So, yesterday was really, really interesting for me. Um, it was kind of an emotional roller coaster throughout the day, and I did some things I'm not sure that I'm thrilled that I did, but I did them, and I do honor my word, so I'm a man of my word, so I'm good with that. But before I went to bed, I got a text message, and it's from somebody I really respect, and she runs a almost eight-figure business um, on e-commerce, like we all do. And she just asked me two questions. Um, Her first one was, "Don't you have a lot going on with your core business?" And her second question played off of my answer to that question. Do you think you could make more money if you focus on your core business? It led me to think, uh, and I haven't answered her. I will answer her later this morning with a detailed answer um, because I think she's right. um, my whole thing is for 2021 is I'm reading a book called Traction. I'm in chapter one, still in chapter one. There's 8 questions to answer. The first one is your core values. The second one is your mission statement for your business. The third question is where I'm at. The third question is, where do you see your business in 10 years? Guys, every time I look out, I try to look out 10 years, I don't see a business. And it's not that I don't think I can plan out 10 years. What I think is the next year to 2 years are going to be the most important to form the foundation of the next 8 years. If you, and I'm going to say this right now, I'm not going to make this political, so don't try and make it political in the chat. I will throw your ass out of here in a heartbeat. This is not politics. This is basic economy 101, economics 101. Okay. I don't see, we seem to be in this bubble kind of effect of printed money from 2 stimulus checks now. And I don't understand how 2 stimulus checks got us to this point. I understand the lending and the borrowing and real estate prices, and you can really see the effects of real estate right where I'm at. Real estate is selling so fast that people are walking up to people's doors, knocking on the door, and asking them if they're looking to sell, if they're thinking about selling their house. It's kind of freaky to have somebody knock on your door and ask you if you're interested in selling your house. Where's all this money coming from? Nobody's working, or I shouldn't say nobody's working because I work, so that just made my statement false. A lot of people are out of work. A lot of people are working differently. Whether it be part-time or working from home or whatever it is, the world has changed drastically. Now, what do I keep looking at? I keep looking at people are not paying rent. Some states have a moratorium or whatever you call the things that the landlords can't evict you, which is great for you if you're not paying rent and your landlord can't evict you. You think it's great, but you have to play out the whole hand, like playing spades. It doesn't look good in the beginning, but then you get your shot and you get to make the moves, and the whole game shifts. If you're not paying rent, the landlords don't have an income. If the landlords don't have money coming in, they're not paying the bank. If the bank is not collecting money, they can't pay their employees or make new loans. There is a loop in money, guys. It rolls around and around in a circle. It's why I call it cash flow. What's going to happen at the end of this? This house of cards, I feel personally, and this is not, don't take my advice. This is something you have to figure out for yourself. This house of cards is going to fall. How is it going to fall? I don't know. I don't know. But is this the time to be aggressive in growth? Is this the time to launch 20 new products? Or is this the time to make the best running machine of what I have? Piling cash on top of cash because of profits, where I just conserve all the cash I possibly can. Listen, I think my ideas are great. I'm not going to stop moving forwards on them in my spare time. But this book asked me, where's your business going to be in 10 years? Well, honestly, I don't know. And the reason I don't know is because I don't know where my business is today. And this is gut level honesty here, guys. This isn't, oh, poor John, he's having a bad day. This is gut level honesty. I don't know where my business is. Does my business operate? Yeah. Have you ever seen an old car? You hit the key and it starts, puffs out smoke, and you put it in gear and it kind of jumps forward, lurches. The brakes aren't the greatest in the world, but it runs. That's my business. Do I want to depend on that car for 10 years? No. And most people would say, I want a new car. Well, I like my car. I really like my car. And I think, I don't know if it'll be a depression. I don't know if it'll be a recession. But something has to give in these markets. The stock prices are going crazy. Dirt Road Picker says, we have a few big customers taking forever to pay. Service business was like that all of last year. Yeah, things are starting. The free flow of money is starting to tighten up a little bit. We went into Walmart the other day, and I always ask myself, how do people hoard toilet paper? Of all things in 2020, why did we hoard toilet paper? And the coffee section of Walmart was wiped out. Wiped out. I drink a certain type of coffee. Um, so my wife got online to find a box because she knows that I really like this coffee, and I don't do a lot. Um, there's not a lot of things that I'm particular about. My coffee is one of them. Um, so she got online and checked. We had to drive 30 miles, 4 Walmarts to the fourth Walmart, um, to get one box of coffee because that's all there was on the shelf. Um, I now have 2 boxes of coffee. My Walmart got another box and I grabbed it quickly. So I understand the hoarding of the toilet paper, but what I'm seeing is things are getting that the cash flow isn't as free. Um, Things are starting to tighten up on the outer edges. Some of it, I believe, is because there was a change in policy with the government, and that's all I'm going to say about politics. There's a change in government. Um, I'm not putting the blame of anything on anybody. Uh, I could sit here and blame 1,000 people, and guess what? I got nothing done today. This is about what I can do to prepare for what I see coming. I see a dark time coming. Do I see the depressions that of the from 29 to to the time we finally recovered from the growth of the war? No, I don't. I don't see this as a Great Depression. Um, First of all, I don't believe the government can allow another Great Depression. Um, I also believe the internet has made things a lot different. Um, but I also feel like we can learn from that time period because you had this roaring 20s where everything was great. And even though the depression was looming and people spoke of it, the possibilities of it, and nobody really worried about tomorrow. You know, every morning I wake up and I make my decisions for today based on my experiences of the past. I try to make the best choices today for a better tomorrow. Now, when I get up tomorrow, I will look at all of my experiences, including my experiences from today, and I will lay out what I'm going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow. I hope that resonates with somebody. I take all my experience and I make my decisions based on that. As time moves on, my experiences change and I see things differently. So, do I see trouble in the future? Yes. Do I think I have great product ideas? Yes. Do I believe this is the right time to launch? Not always. Will I still launch new products? Yes. So, what can you take away from this? You have to ask yourself, where do you see yourself in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever time frame it is? And what can you do today to make tomorrow better? What can you do today to make tomorrow better? Today being today, 24 hours, or today could be this year. What can I do this year to make the next 5 years better? Um, I see something. I don't want to listen. Chicken Little ran around saying the sky's falling, the sky's falling, the sky's falling, and everybody stopped listening. I'm not looking to be a Chicken Little. What I'm saying to you is you need to look into the future for yourself. And what do you see? I don't see the good, easy way I have right now by the end of the year. I think things change within a year. I think. I may be totally wrong. Listen, this vaccine may change everything. I don't care what side of the line you are on the vaccine. We are not going to make this political. This vaccine could change everything or it could change nothing. We don't know. Um, was the research rushed? It could have been. But you know what? The research on my best selling product was rushed and I made a decision in 3 minutes, and it's my best selling product for the last 5 years. So I'm not going to say that the research was done wrong. Um, it didn't take what normally it would take. But we also had a pandemic that wasn't a normal flu season. Let's call it that. Okay. So I see these problems. So what do I do? I can really be very conservative and work on my, car that's puttering a little bit. Um, I can make things run a lot smoother. I can make sure my inventory is flowing properly. And I can make these things a lot better while paying attention to my ideas. And I can bring out my ideas in a small way, or a really big way. Yesterday, some things happened, and I kind of felt a little challenged, and my mind started racing to a very big launch. Reality of it is, depending on what happens over the next few days, it may be very, very small. Um, Depending on how many people approach me and how far people actually get with it, it may be very small and not a lot of people involved, and it's just a very small growing thing, and let it grow naturally. Um, Laura says an increase in oil and gas prices will have an impact. Absolutely. Transportation costs will go up. We, yeah, we are still suffering from a supply chain. Um, what do you call it? Malfunction. There was a time where they shut all the factories down, things stopped getting made, but people were still buying. So you have this big gap in your supply chain. Um, Diane's orchids puts a positive spin on it. Problems are opportunities to be solved. Yes, they are. They are. They are opportunities. I'm not trying to paint this as a black hole that we're about to enter. I guess what I'm saying is I need to stay focused on my mission. My mission is to do the things I have to make this business as streamlined as possible, to make my core as tight as possible, so that when the storm does hit, my business is prepared. What happens by taking this approach if there's no storm? What's the worst that can happen? I'll have a better running machine. Um, I'll have a better operating company. I will be able to grab opportunities a lot easier. because I have a better running company that I'm not always over there tweaking um, your car with. I don't know how many of you are old enough to remember the butterflies in a carburetor when they would get stuck and gummed up, and you would get out there with a screwdriver, and you'd have to put a screwdriver down the barrel of the carburetor um, to get the thing started. Then you'd have to get out and take the screwdriver out, put the air filter cover back on, put the wing nut back on, and then instead of just fixing the problem, there was a workaround. That could be dangerous. My wife didn't walk today, so if you hear a lot of rumbling around out in the kitchen area, my wife is probably making her coffee this morning. It's raining here again. My wife is very dedicated to her walking, except for when it rains. She's not going to get wet to walk. So where am I going to be in 10 years? I don't know. I really don't know. What I know is I've been seeing this for a while. Um, do I invest money in the stock market? Absolutely. Uh, do I try and time the market? No. I have taken the approach that the rich people invest over time. Okay. I don't like the stock market, so I did a very simple investment. I invest in a um, total stock mutual fund, and when I have money to invest, it goes right into that. We are talking right now about making it a monthly investment so that it's more of a cost average thing than last year. I did it in chunks, big chunks. I save up a chunk of money and then I went bam. I did not try and time the market. I just said, okay, I have this amount of money. I'm going to plow it in, and I would plow it in. And I just leave it. I forget it. I have not checked my accounts since the last time I put money in. I do need to go in there and get some tax documentation for taxes. But honestly, where is your business going to be in 10 years? What you sell today, if my prediction's right and there is a market collapse, some people are calling it the Great Reset. I think that's a little over the top. I think there's going to be adjustments. I think a lot of people are going to get hurt. I think homelessness is going to be a major problem for a short period of time. At some point, people are going to have to be evicted for not paying rent for a year. It just doesn't help the economy. Maybe where they're living is too much money and they have to downsize. A lot of things have been forced upon us in the last year that we don't like to face. I have a very small house. Lori and I have a 2-bedroom small house. I've done videos on it. Is it affordable? Yes. I know that I keep enough cash on hand that if I lost everything today, tomorrow I could go out and start over. That is something that you have to think about. Do you have enough on hand to start over tomorrow? If eBay collapses, what are you going to do? Not saying that it will, but have you given some thought to tomorrow? Don't spend all of today worried about tomorrow, but have you given any thought to tomorrow? Me, I need to stick with my core. Can I dabble with these other products? Absolutely. I'm probably going to have an 8:00 meeting with my team. It's Tuesday. My wife is going to be getting her nails done and going out with her girlfriends, and shopping and eating and gambling or whatever they're doing. I have no idea what they're doing. It's a girl's day. I drop her off at the nail salon, and then they all go, and she gets a ride home at the end. I'll have my meeting. I'll look at some of my core stuff and see what needs to be done. My team is working on my core, and I may tinker around with some of these products. We are trying to get new appliances in the kitchen. I may go to Lowe's and see what I got to do to order them and what the home delivery means. Does home delivery mean they're going to put them in my kitchen but not install them? Or does home delivery mean they're going to drop them on the curb and not move the refrigerator for me? I need to find out what that truck delivery is. That's important to me to know. I just need them in my kitchen. I do not need them to plug them in for $159. I believe I can plug in my own refrigerator for $159. That's just me. I'm going to make a sign today, probably, and hang it right in front of me so I always look at it. And I'm just going to write 10 years with a big question mark. I need to start asking myself that when I start looking at this stuff. Do I see my business with that in 10 years? I don't know. The product from yesterday, the other product that I am working on a trademark, I believe the paperwork will be filed today. The products that are sitting on my dining room table that Lori has washed twice, that I need to wash a few more times to get a real good feel of the material after washing, is going to, is that part of my 10-year plan? It could be. I think the bigger problem for me right now is the core business is dysfunctional, but functional. You ever see something run so bad and you go, I don't understand how that thing runs? That's kind of my business right now. And I know that. I'm kind of embarrassed about it. There's some things that, as I've been starting to do things, I'm finding little issues that really aren't a big deal until I scale out to a bigger size, and then it may be a problem. I don't know, guys. I really don't know. I gotta be honest with you. Joe Biden signed the Made in America Act thing. Don't ask me. I have no idea about it. I just heard that he signed the thing that's Made in America. Well, a lot of my products are made in America, so I'm good with that. Where do I go from here? I really need to focus on my core. And my suggestion to you is to focus on your core. If you haven't cut your spending, I suggest you cut your spending. Save money. There's nothing wrong with saving money. There's nothing wrong with spending money either, guys. If you got a few dollars, there's nothing wrong with spending money. In 2020, I bought myself a new Lincoln Continental. So I'm not going to sit here and say, be frugal. For every dollar you make, you save 98 cents and you can only spend 2 cents. I'm not going to tell you that. If you feel comfortable spending money, then spend it. I did buy myself a Lincoln. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to hide that. Hell, all you got to do is go on Facebook. I put a big red bow on it so you would see it. But you got to start thinking about you, not what everybody else has got going on, guys. I see we're upon that witching hour already. I hope this was good for you. I hope you got something from this. I hope I brightened one person's day going, oh, yeah, I was thinking that too. We'll see. Guys, here's what I know as I close this out. God loves you. Lord knows I'm trying.